Yo, I want to share with you a principle that can change your approach to everything that you do, which then in turn can change your life forever. And that is, especially when you're starting out or trying to accomplish something, the best offense is the best defense.
Correction. The best defense is the best offense.
So let me give you a quick story here. This past weekend, I was in LA. And there was an event that I was invited to, and there was a get-together after the fact. I invited a friend of mine because I wanted him to meet the hosts, because it'd be new school meeting old school in terms of guys who are just crushing it in their domain, especially in social media and marketing across different platforms. While I was gone, my guest, without telling me, invites all of his crew, his entire entourage of like 7-8 people, and they just come in and are a little bit socially awkward. They don't say hi to people. 2 people have to go take a shit, so they're using, some stranger's toilet, and then one's like raiding the fridge, and they don't even introduce themselves. Of course, they get kicked out. So I come back in, half the group's gone, one half is still there, and I smoothen things out. And fortunately, my friend who's hosting everything is forgiving and lets them back in. So I personally would have been pretty sheepish about this and probably would have left unless, I felt like, I had some good friends that could smooth in the situation and get us in and still be on good footing. So friend A stays in and starts asking a lot of good questions. Doesn't let that get in the way. And then friend B starts basically giving all this knowledge, and it turns into this spontaneous mastermind that lasts for about 2 hours. And the crowd of people that just circles around them starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Right? Friend A was so hungry for the wisdom and the knowledge that friend B could provide that it actually impressed friend B. Despite the initial rejection or kicking out, it ended up turning into this very beautiful thing that deepened the connection between everybody. And that's the type of offense and just like desire and going for it that I'm talking about. Have you ever tried to do something that you knew was so important for you? Maybe it was getting in the gym, maybe it was go talking to a cute girl, maybe it's going to do that hard thing that that will just be the first domino to knock down many. But you feel this resistance. You know it's important logically in your head, but you just keep delaying. The reason for this is because there's this built up tension and anticipation of the difficulty, the hardship, the negativity that surrounds doing the task. Avoidance of pain. While pain avoidance can be a good thing, it's only good if it compels you to action. But if you're just stuck in limbo and in paralysis, then it's not really serving you in the best way possible. So for this, you gotta let go. You gotta let go of the anticipation, the pain avoidance, and shift your focus completely from one of pain resistance to positive anticipation. What are the fun things that you can associate with this thing? What is something new that you can incorporate and try and have fun experimenting with? Set the bar fucking low. This mentality shift is something very, very, very crucial, especially when it comes to learning a new skill or getting outside your social comfort zone, like talking to a cute girl, right? Most people have this pain that they're associating with a potential outcome of rejection and embarrassment. It's understandable. It's evolutionary. There's probably trauma in the past that we've now built into our perception of the world. But the reality is we don't know until we get there. And the pain is mostly mental. In fact, is it really painful to be rejected? That's pretty subjective. Maybe for some yes, maybe for some no. But it's what meaning we give to the term rejection. You don't know what actually ends up happening after the fact until you go through it. And even still then, you can always create your own luck. And I'm saying this as a person who has been very shy about bothering other people. I realize, looking back, that's such a first order level consequence of looking at things. I just started working with a mentor who I paid big bucks for to be able to help me out in areas of life that I know are going to take me to even higher echelons within my presence, within my social prowess, my speaking abilities, my business acumen. And I was thinking, man, if I'd only bothered to link up with him sooner in life, would I be much further ahead? There were guys that I remember seeing when I first discovered this mentor almost a decade ago that were not too far from me. In fact, their abilities as people were probably within a similar range. But because these guys decided to have the clarity, the direction, the willingness to burn the boats, just go for it all, and be willing to cut off all distractions and face, public judgment. Hey, look, it's a crab. Oh, he just popped back in. These guys are now much further ahead on the journey, have made millions of dollars learning the craft that they learned from this mentor, and are frankly in another place in life that I know that I could be in, that I'm seeking to be in as well. Climbing this next mountain for me. Of course, no regrets. You know what they say, the mentor arrives when the mentee is ready. But it's one of those things that I wished that I didn't have in the back of my mind, this resistance of just bothering people, when in reality, every moment that you have is an opportunity to play to win, not to play to lose. And so when you think about the potential connections, the potential outcomes that can be made when you put yourself out there fully and see where the cards may lie or where they may fall, there's so many amazing things that could come as a result of that. And going out, meeting people, putting yourself out there is a wonderful way to not only stretch your capabilities in your social comfort zone, but to actually see where reality is. Where are the outer limits of reality? Not the ones that are preconceived by our own mind or psyche to protect us. And that's why I have to share this message, which is shift the focus from playing not to lose to playing to win. That's how you actually truly live life, especially when you're a beginner at something. Having the beginner's mentality or mindset, as we all know, is the secret to learning quickly and getting good fast. Just thinking about the things that we can do that would make it fun and positive. Even now, I'm recording all these videos, and I was told by my mentor, you have to get good at speaking and you have to build the consistency. I want you to do it with your phone. Don't get all fancy. Don't make it hard. Don't make it complex. Just from your phone and directly upload. Get the consistency so your mind is always in this creative place. He said, you will start building this creativity that will just become your new default, where so much ingenuity will come out and you'll just start uploading automatically. And the very default action that you want to be your baseline will become the norm. So it's before you even get into scripting or using marketing psychology or any of these things, just fucking create and pump shit out and have fun with it. So that's what I'm here doing. I'm also embracing the beginner's mindset by creating all this content for you and sharing from my life anecdotes the best things that I could possibly share with you guys, so you don't have to make the same mistakes. And so let's play to win. Let's put ourselves out there and let's have the stories where we went for things that we thought that were beyond our reach, but we then turned into reality, because those are honestly the best stories. It's like accidentally discovering North America thinking that it was India. You know, like accidentally, but intentionally, you know, getting with the girl that we didn't think that we could have had. And pivoting businesses until you finally make your multi-million freedom generator. It's only by trying and go for it where we actually make the dreams that we have come true, and we inspire those around us to do the same. That's what inspiration is. Like, courage breeds more courage. Then we start, the amount of people that have come because I put myself out in this area and everybody wants it, has been life-changing. And then everybody starts bringing in their unique gifts. It really feels like right now, especially, the Avengers are forming. Like, the amount of resources around me. Man, I realized the cost now of not putting myself out there sooner. that's what we have to shift our focus from, like the current pain of what we think might happen, but might actually really happen, or might not even really matter, versus the cost of the things that we will have to incur by not putting ourselves out there, not being known for the things that we want to be known for, not achieving the things that we want to achieve sooner, because we all know compound effect just magnifies everything over the long run.
To nail the point home, when it relates to stretching your social comfort zone, putting yourself out there and meeting new people, there's certain skill sets that we want to stack. We can't do everything all at once, right? It's like if you want to start a business and make $1 million through social media, you're gonna have to learn how to create content. You're gonna have to build an audience. You're gonna have to engage the audience. You're gonna have to like drive leads. You're gonna have to drive sales. You're gonna have to get them on. Like there's all these moving parts that you can't do all at once day one. So the game within the game is mastering each one individually. What is the real game that we're playing and what's the real win? So if you're starting out and you want to be a courageous, fearless person, you have to do things that a courageous, fearless person would do. You have to do the types of things that would make you nervous or make other people nervous so that you overcome them and they no longer make you feel that way. So putting yourself out there, the actual approach itself, have fun with that. It's like, how many times can you get yourself to do the thing that you feel nervous about doing initially? And how can you start doing it from a place of joy? How can you start shifting your focus and bring fun and positivity into each interaction despite what the outside world responds to you with? It's like that sales dude who went viral for selling like indoor tile cleaner, and he's just like freestyle rapping and making people laugh with his jokes, right? He's bringing so much presence and almost like a state of enlightenment and joy into a very mundane, in fact, like arduous, boring area of selling a home product for $10, but he's doing it at such a, almost like a divine level, right? Like how can you bring that level of presence into every interaction that you bring, no matter how people respond to you? And like celebrate and give yourself joy for that. How can you be on the offensive? How can you just like say, fuck the fear and just bring out, you know, the fun and the joy, the positivity? How can I just bring in good body language in this situation? How can I make a person laugh, right? Gradually just implement one of those into each of your interactions and you'll start having more fun, and the world will start responding to you in a much different way, in the way that like attracts like, right? We're all human at the end of the day after the fact, and just seize life by the balls. We take for granted, especially when we're young, how much time we actually have. And we're so oblivious to the cost of it all. Like imagine if you just get the shit handled, what's to come next? You come in fearless to every interaction. Now you're a fearless person. How attractive is that going to be to just random people that you stumble across and rub shoulders with throughout your day in and day out? Now all of a sudden, it can amass you friends. It can amass you people who value the same things as you. Now you have a tribe, you have a community. Now start amassing a bunch of women who want to date you because you're that dude. And then now you have a different problem to handle, which is now you have to like filter things out. Now you can be more selective. Now you could be traveling with them, having good experiences, amazing life experiences with them. Like what are the things that excite you about this that now like drown out the fear? You got to think about those things. So that's what I encourage you to do. Comment below your thoughts on the video, this mindset, how you're going to be on the offensive, and the things that you stand to gain once you conquer your fears. Love to hear them. Comment below. Till next time, peace.